If you've ever looked at your kitchen trash and wondered how much of it really needed to be there, you're not alone. Food waste is one of those everyday problems that feels unavoidable until you realize how far smart composting technology has come. Today, we're taking a close look at what many people consider the best smart countertop composters and what actually happens when you bring one of these machines into your daily routine. If you've ever tried composting before or even thought about it but weren't sure it would fit into your routine, I'm super interested to hear what your experience has honestly been like so far. And in case you're interested, links to the current prices for each product are waiting for you in the description box below. With that in mind, let's explore how these countertop composters work and what you can realistically expect when you use them at home. We'll start with the FoodCycler Eco 5 Kitchen Composter, and this is a model that consistently appears in Smart Countertop Composters reviews thanks to its balance of capacity, efficiency, and thoughtful design. When you place it on your countertop, it feels refined and purposeful rather than oversized, with a clean profile that blends easily into a modern kitchen. The 5-liter capacity allows you to collect several days' worth of food scraps, which is especially helpful if you cook often or prepare meals in batches. As you use the FoodCycler Eco 5, you'll notice how its sealed bucket system allows you to store scraps throughout the day without lingering odors. Once the cycle begins, the machine uses a controlled combination of heat, internal agitation, and airflow to break food waste down into a dry, soil-like material. The volume and weight reduction are immediately noticeable, transforming heavy, wet scraps into something light and easy to handle. The carbon filtration system quietly manages airflow, making the entire process feel discreet and unobtrusive. Over repeated use, the benefits compound. You'll find yourself taking out the trash less often, and the processed output is simple to store until you're ready to use it as a soil amendment once properly integrated into compost or garden soil. The removable bucket makes cleanup straightforward, and the overall experience feels predictable and consistent, which is exactly what you want from a countertop appliance you rely on regularly. Living with the FoodCycler Eco 5 subtly changes how you view food waste. Scraps no longer feel like a problem to be hidden away. Instead, they become part of a controlled, manageable system in your kitchen. It's this balance of convenience and effectiveness that keeps it among the most talked about options in discussions about top-rated smart countertop composters. Moving on, the GEME composter takes a very different approach, and this distinction is why it often features prominently in any meaningful smart countertop composters comparison. Unlike batch-based systems, the GEME is designed for continuous composting, which changes how you interact with food waste day to day. Instead of waiting for a single cycle to finish, you can add scraps regularly, while the internal mixing system keeps material moving and breaking down over time. When you use the GEME, its larger capacity becomes immediately apparent. This makes it especially appealing for families or households that cook most meals at home. The system maintains a controlled internal environment that supports ongoing decomposition, resulting in material that more closely resembles traditional compost in texture and appearance. You can actually observe the process through the unit's design, which helps you understand how your waste is being transformed. Odor control is handled continuously through an integrated filtration system, allowing the GEME to operate comfortably in a kitchen setting without drawing attention to itself. As days turn into weeks, you'll notice how stable and consistent the process feels. If you're thinking about this kind of continuous system versus a batch-style composter, let me know in the comments because I'm genuinely curious which approach feels more realistic for your kitchen and lifestyle. You're not managing individual cycles so much as maintaining a steady rhythm of adding scraps and eventually harvesting finished material. What sets the GEME apart is how it encourages long-term engagement. Instead of thinking about composting as a task, it becomes part of your kitchen ecosystem. This deeper level of involvement is why it's frequently highlighted when people talk about great smart countertop composters that go beyond simple food waste reduction. Next, we turn to the Vitamix FoodCycler FC50, a model that reflects the brand's long history of producing durable, dependable kitchen appliances. From the moment you handle the removable bucket, the build quality feels solid and deliberate. The design focuses on simplicity, making it easy to incorporate into almost any household, regardless of whether you've composted before. When the FoodCycler FC50 runs, it relies on a carefully controlled heating and grinding process to transform food scraps into a dry, crumbly output. The reduction in both volume and moisture is immediately noticeable, and the finished material is clean and easy to store. The carbon filter system plays a key role here, helping contain odors so the machine can operate during the day or overnight without disrupting your space. The capacity works well for everyday cooking habits, allowing you to collect scraps over time and process them in a single session. Once you start a cycle, the experience is reassuringly hands-off. You don't need to monitor progress, and the machine delivers consistent results that quickly build trust in its reliability. Over months of use, the FoodCycler FC50 becomes part of your kitchen flow. You'll likely find yourself placing scraps directly into the bucket during meal prep, knowing they'll be processed cleanly later. This dependable performance is why it often earns its place among the top-rated Smart Countertop Composters discussed by experienced users. Now let's move on to the Airthereal Revive Electric Kitchen Composter, which brings a more technology-forward feel to countertop composting. Its modern design and intuitive controls make it approachable from the moment you set it on your counter. Everything about the interface is designed to feel clear and manageable, even if you're new to this category of appliance. As you load the Airthereal Revive, you'll notice that the internal chamber accommodates a wide variety of food scraps, from vegetable peels to cooked leftovers. The system uses a controlled cycle that combines heat, internal mixing, and filtration to reduce waste into a dry, uniform output. Throughout operation, the filtration system works continuously to help keep surrounding air neutral. Using the Airthereal, Revive feels efficient and predictable. You load the chamber, start the cycle, and the machine quietly handles the rest. Over time, you'll appreciate how consistent the output feels and how easy it is to manage and store. The sealed design keeps everything contained, allowing the unit to run without disrupting your kitchen environment. As part of broader Smart Countertop Composters reviews, the Airthereal Revive stands out for how seamlessly it fits into a routine. It doesn't demand behavior changes. Instead, it adapts to how you already cook and clean, helping you manage food waste with minimal effort. Finally, we arrive at the Ouaken 4L electric composter for kitchen Smart Countertop Compost Bin, a compact and approachable option that fits comfortably into smaller kitchens. When you first place the Ouaken on your countertop, the 4-liter footprint feels intentionally restrained, allowing it to sit alongside other appliances without competing for space. It's an easy system to live with, especially if you generate a steady but moderate amount of food scraps throughout the day. The enclosed design lets you collect peels, trimmings, and leftovers without worrying about odors escaping into your kitchen. As you use the Ouaken, its electric processing system steadily reduces food waste through controlled heat and internal movement, drawing moisture out of scraps and turning them into a dry, soil-like material. The reduction in weight is immediately noticeable, making the end result far easier to handle than traditional food waste. A built-in filtration system works quietly during operation, helping keep the surrounding air comfortable and even when the machine is running for extended periods. The 4-liter capacity works well for daily cooking habits, giving you flexibility when you choose to run a cycle. When you do, the process feels reliable and consistent, producing uniform results without requiring supervision. Cleanup is straightforward thanks to the removable internal container, which rinses easily and slots back into place without hassle. Living with the Ouaken composter gradually reframes how you think about food waste. Instead of rushing scraps to the trash, you start treating them as a manageable part of your kitchen routine. In the context of a broader Smart Countertop Composters comparison, the Ouaken stands out as a practical choice for those who want a compact, no-nonsense system that quietly does its job without demanding attention. To wrap everything up, it's clear that each of these machines approaches food waste reduction from a slightly different angle, whether through batch processing, continuous composting, or compact electric cycles. Together, they paint a clear picture of what today's best smart countertop composters are capable of: reducing kitchen waste, managing odors, and fitting naturally into modern homes without adding friction to your daily routine. And while I remember, if any of these models caught your attention, you'll find links to the current prices and availability in the description box below. Exploring a few great smart countertop composters side by side makes it easier to see which one aligns with your kitchen space, cooking habits, and lifestyle. Honestly, I'm super curious which of these options you'd actually choose for your own kitchen, so let me know in the comments what stood out to you and why.